welcome back to the Cozy Chair. I'm so glad that you are all here today because we've got some important things to do. We do. When we are learning to read, that is very important. So, you all know that I love the books by Stefanie Hohl. She teaches us things about seeing the letter, hearing the sound, and doing an action. You're right, with our hand, like T for turtle, and fun things like that. So before I show you the new book, I need you to click subscribe down below so that you'll see all of the fun books that are coming here on the Cozy Chair. Okay, so the books we started with are ABC, see, hear, do, and then we read number 2, and we read number 3, and can you see what's peeking out? Number 4. This is ABC, see, hear, do, 4, and it's all about the long vowels. This book is awesome. I like all of Stefanie Hohl's books, but I love this one the very best. Do you want to know why? Because learning the difference between a long vowel and a short vowel is really important when we're reading. Wait, I keep saying the word vowel. Do you know what a vowel is? Our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. And so the rest of the letters in the alphabet are called consonants. Consonant means it's not a vowel. Okay, so in this book today by Stefanie Hohl, we are going to learn to read 81 more words. So this is going to be awesome. If you want to find this book and her other books, you can go to www.abccheredo.com and you'll find these books and you'll find activities and you can follow on Instagram. She has wonderful ideas of things to do in correlation to her books. Okay, so in this book, we're going to learn the long A. Now, wait a minute. A sometimes says A, and sometimes it says A. When a letter says its name, that means it's a long sound. So when I say A as in ape, or I say I as in ice cream, that's a long I. If I say E as in eat, that's a long E. If I say O as in open, that's a long O. So all of these words are going to teach us how to make that long vowel sound. But here's the trick. There's many letter combinations for the same sound. Okay, that's why it's really important that you look and listen to this book. Make a tent with your hands as you say ape. Can you do that with me? Ape. Very good. These are the different letter combinations that will say A. We're going to look at all of these on the next couple pages. A, basic. Did you hear the A in that? And paper. Those all make the long sound A. Now here's where it gets fun. When I have an A, another letter, and it follows with an E or another vowel at the end, the first one says its name, and the second one goes silent. Okay? So this is how we read this word. Ache. We don't say we don't say that. We say say its name, ache, bake. Okay, now I'm going to help you with this one, and you're going to practice on this one. Game. I want to play a game. This one is, you try it first. Grr, like the bear, remember? Did you say grade? Grade. That is great. You're doing a great job. Okay, AI also says A. So this says ate and ain't and train. Very good. This is also a way to say A. We say this one all the time. When we say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they all end in A. This one says D, A, and for A. And try this one. Play. You're right. P-L-A. Okay, now this one is super awesome because it has 4 letters and it only makes one sound. It makes the sound A. So this one says 8. Oh, that was so much easier than saying E-G-H-T. That doesn't make sense. No, this combination of letters says A. 8. N-A. Nay. And this one, I'm listening. Sleigh. You're right, it says sleigh. This also says A. It's E-Y. Gr-A. Per-A. And W-A. Good job. Now we get to go to the next vowel, which is E. E says E and E, as in emu and elephant. But today we're going to use the long E sound, which is E. There's all of these different combinations, and they all make the same sound, E. I love to say E. I love to say E because when we say E, we smile. Yes. This one says E and evil and relax. Relax. Now here's this one again. Remember, when there's a vowel, another letter, and then it ends in an E or another vowel, you just use the first one's name and the last one goes silent. Let's practice. Ear, here, and theme, theme. And this one's a long one. Let's try it together. K, on, cr, eat. Concrete. Okay. E and A say E. E and A say E. It's the truth, and that is it. E and A say E. Yes, this can be confusing. If we remember that the first one says its name and the next one is silent, then we remember that this one says its name and this one gets to be silent. So this says P-E, B-een. And you try this one. Ch, each. Very good. Remember, E and A say E. E and A say E. Okay, now this one's my favorite. 2 E's, like as in cheese when we smile, always say E. It's the long E sound. B-E, d-eep. And this one, you try. Remember the sh from the other book? This one says sh. P. What did you say? Did you say sh-eep? Very good. You are really getting this. Oh, this one is tricky. When Y is at the end of the word, it doesn't say y. It says E, as in baby and family and sticky, sticky. All of these words end in Y, but they make an E sound. Okay, now this one, IE, also says E. This one kind of breaks the rule, I know. But when we see IE, it gets to say E. Brief and ch-eef. And last one, field. Very good. I and E also say E. EY says E. Now remember, This word also ends in Y, so that can help you to remember that the sound at the end is going to say E. K, E, hawk, E, kid, knee. Very good. Now let's make the long I sound. There's fewer of these than there were of A and E. The long I says I, and it's for an ibis. Place your hand on your chest and say I, ibis. That makes sense, huh? Like I am awesome. Can you guys say that? Good. I, item, and silent. Now here's the next one, remember? When there's a vowel and another letter and it ends with E, the first one says it's name. So this one's going to say I. Ike. Shh, don't make the E sound at the end. I've. And I'm. Very good. Okay, let's look at this one. IGH says I, as in I. You can hit your chest if you want when you say the sound I, as in S, I. And bright, bright. I think you are bright. Do you know what that means when I say I think you're bright? It actually means I think you're smart. Okay, here's Y at the end of these words, and this time it's going to make an I sound. That's kind of confusing because English has some funny things like that. But we're going to remember that this says I and I. And you figure this one out. Shy. Very good. Okay, last one. On the I pages, this is my favorite. Pie. Do you like to eat pie? Cherry pie and pumpkin pie and apple pie and pecan pie. This one says I, and this one's hard. Cried. Cried. Very good. Okay, now we're to the O. This is an okapi. Okapi says circle your arms in an O. You can do this with me. O. And sometimes, if this is too much work, I just do this. O. When I say that letter and its name and its sound, my mouth makes an O. See? O. Oh, isn't that awesome? Yes. Okay, so these are the letter combinations that we have to say O. The first one is easy because it's just the letter. G, O, N, O, P, est, O. Pesto. Have you ever eaten pesto? It's delicious. Here we are. It's a vowel, letter, vowel. The first one says it's name. You're right. So this is going to say J, O, K, and br, O, K. And last one, globe. Very good. Okay, let's see this. O and A say O. The first one says its name, and the next one is silent. K, oat, s, ope, t, oast. Do you like to eat toast? O, r, o, sn, o, el, bow, elbow. These all end with the long sound O. Okay, last page of our O ones. Okay, D, O, F, O, and you try this one. T. You're right. This is toe. Okay, now we're to my favorite letter, U. And you point at someone. You. I am pointing at you. Like, imagine that you're walking in the woods and you see a unicorn and you're like, oh, look at that. You point at it and you say U. So there's only 4 letter combinations that make the sound U. U as in unicorn. So this first one's pretty simple. It's the single U. K, Cupid, and P, Pupil, and utility. Now, do you know what a pupil is? A pupil can be a student. Like you, if you're learning something, you are a pupil. Or it can be that black part of your eye is also called your pupil. Okay, here it is. Here's this fun one again. When there's the U, another letter, and it ends in E, the first one says its name. K, Ube, and K, Ute. And last one, you try this one. Did you say Ute? Mute. Very good. I am so proud of you. Let's try this one. U and E. First vowel says its name. K, U. F, Yule. Val, U. Ew. H, U. Hue. P, U. Pew. And N, F. Remember that PH says F. Okay? Nephew. Nephew. I have a lot of awesome nephews. Now look at you. Look at all of these words you can read now because you learned these new letter combinations. So you can push pause and you can practice these words. Ready? Pause. Now I'm going to help you with the top row. Remember, A says its name. Alien, and even, and final, and oat. Shh, don't say that E. Note. Well, I hope that you had fun reading this book. And remember that you can go to www.abcseeheardo.com and you can find her books and you can find really fun activities to do with your kids. I hope that you had fun and I hope that you'll come back because next we're going to read a super silly book called Picture Day Perfection. This is going to be so fun. So make sure to come back and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.